I would go through a lot of my kit on this video. First up is my sleep system, the Ribeye SL by Big Agnes. This is the petite version because I'm a little 5'1" girly. Yeah, awesome mat, really good. And I have stopped rolling my mat. I just fold my mat now. I feel like, am I becoming a professional? I no longer put my sleeping bag in a stuff sack. It just goes in the bottom of my nylofilm bag, in the bottom of my rucksack, and I no longer roll my mat. I feel like I'm a professional now. I don't know how you become a professional wild camper, but I think this is a sign. So that is my mat going in. Next up is my sleeping bag. I use the Leviathan EV900. It is awesome. I love this. It is so cozy. I use it all year round. Some might say it's overkill, especially on a day like today, but I love my heat, so yeah, love. I will need to swap out both my sleeping bag and my mat for doing the West Highland Way, and that's probably my biggest expense left for swapping out my kit. I've switched out my tent for the Durston, which is super lightweight. I think it comes in at under a kilo. So next up is replacing my sleep system. But yeah, that is my mat on my sleeping bag. Next up in my sleep system is the sleeping bag liner by OEX. So it is the Furnace 8 Plus Thermalite, and I like a liner because I like this feeling against my face over the sleeping bag. So even if it's a warm night like this, I will have this inside because I do like it up against my face. I don't know why. It's just, I'm a little weird. I'm not really a big fan of pillows. I have tried a few. None of them I've found comfortable. I don't particularly find this one comfortable, but it's just the one I have at the minute, the OEX Ultralight. If anyone can recommend pillows, preferably not one you blow up, just like an actual wee tiny soft pillow, please put it in the comments. Okay, so then in this part of my bag I keep my first aid kit, which I had to use for the first time since I started hiking or camping. I had to use, not for me, for my friend. I had to give him a plaster. So I was all biz at finally using my first aid kit, and I got this wee, it's like, is it DCF, that material, DCF? From a company, I can't remember the name, but I'll put them on the screen. I found them on eBay, and yeah, love that. So I got that for the West Highland Way. My head torch, fun fact, I think apart from this rucksack, this is the only long-standing piece of camping equipment like this I had on my first camp, and I still have now. Everything else I think has changed for this bag. I dropped this in a river on my very first camp. I found this the next day, caught in a rock in the river, still works, Amazon, cheapie. So yeah, we'll put that in the little pocket up there. I have this little light for up here. I would normally use my Flextail light off my pump, the little orange pump which has a light, but I've lost it. So I bring this to hang up there. I have my torch, which is awesome for night hikes. It is a Shadow Hawk, but it weighs a ton. Like, this could well be a weapon. So beware if you plan on breaking into my tent. Another little one of those bags from that company. And this one, I keep a little bit of paracord, a spare lighter, that is a little patch for that mattress, and yeah, just a wee bit of tape, so just be emergency type things. And then I lost one of these. This goes on the top of my action cam. It's a little like selfie light. Can't really see because it's in the daytime, but yeah, I lost one, purchased another, and I found the lost one today, so today is a good day. So that is the inside of the tent all set up. I've got little plastic bags and tissues in there. Then in this top pocket I have my torches, wires and like electricals. I've got my rab mat, my OEX Leviathan sleeping bag, my pillow, and then my bag, my rucksack and my coats and stuff can go at the bottom. Not that I need a coat, because as we like to say in this country, it is a wonder day, like absolute wonder day. And I am just going to start setting up all my little bits and bobs that and my dinner. So yeah, I'm just going to start setting up my little kitchen area and then we'll get dinner on the go. I have my normal Trichology table with me. I have several tables with me. So I've got my Trichology one. I then have this table, which is the fire maple dandelion. The ground is very hard here. Yeah, the fire maple dandelion. Now, you can make that taller or shorter. That has more poles. But I only ever put it on two. So Fire Maple sent me a message and asked would I like to spend some money on their website. So of course I said yes. So this is what I got. First up is this little table. It just folds out like that, and then that sits like on your gas canister. Like, how cute is that? So that is item number one. Item number two is this little titanium mug. So yeah, I love that. Item number three is this little coffee strainer. And these all come in such nice wee bags, like I love. So this folds out like so, and then that sits on your cup. So I have proper, I need to get like a wee canister or something for this. I have got proper coffee. So this is single origin Colombian fair trade roast and ground coffee. So that is what we're going to have in a wee minute. Some coffee. And then item number four, which I have actually wanted for so long, is this. But wait, so there's a little bag in here. This screws onto here. Let's push that in. And then this. Now tell me, is that not the cutest little kettle thingy majiggy you've ever seen? I absolutely love it. Like, so massive shout out to Fire Maple for the goods. So I've more newness, more to come, guys. But that's that. So next, I actually have a new stove from Wild Camping International. They sent me their new microjet stove out. Shiny. So I'm going to try that for the first time. I haven't used these either, so there is lots of new stuff going on. And I am here for it. So I think first things first, let's get a coffee on the go. This item is my essential wild camping item. I will not go camping without this. A knitted coaster, obviously. Like, that is an essential part of my kit, and I love her. And she is gonna go underneath my lovely new mug. So pretty. Who says camping can't be girly? Like, come on. I think I'm going to start a trend. I do think wild campers up and down the country are going to start purchasing knitted coasters. And then I've got my little lantern for later. So my next new item is this from Serotonin Outdoors. And it is their new Geolite Nest Mate table. I will put the correct name on the screen. So these little legs pop up, and then inside you've got a little wooden chopping board. So this folds out to be a wee table. And then you put this together and you have a little mini chopping board. It's the cutest. I am all about the cute things. So this is the puzzle mate table. You should put it together like a little puzzle. Isn't that the cutest little chopping board? So while the water is boiling for my coffee, I'm just going to show you what this little table from Serotonin Outdoors does. So in the table here you have a little hole, and their summit telepole just screws in to that little circle there. So easy. That through. And then I can attach my action camera to the table. So now that is attached, and you have a little table with your camera set up. So that is my new microjet stove from Wild Camping International. Super fast boiling time. So it's just about done. That's just about done. my life is made. You need to see this view. Right, first up, let's get the mushrooms cut. I pre-washed these in the house. Potatoes are cooked, so I'm gonna stick my pepper sauce in there and put the lid on. I'll leave that over in there. This is my first time using Wild Camping International's new microjet stove, and definitely better than the BRS that I was previously using. Like, such a difference. What a view to be cooking your dinner to. So the sun is nearly set. There's the Mournes Mountains, and you can see the lights on the lighthouse now. So pretty. Look. There, no, where am I? There. There is my home. I've had such a nice little camp here. It has been so calm. Like, it's just been lovely, like really, really lovely and nice and chill. And yeah, like, you can't beat that. I turn 40 next year, and I picked up this, what some people would call a weird hobby, 2 years ago. And I am sorry, but you couldn't beat this. This is better than any spa day, any shopping trip, any shit like that. Like sitting on the sofa watching Coronation Street. No, no thank you. I want to go camp by a lighthouse and drink coffee and watch a sunset. I'm making another one of my wee coffees, and then I'm gonna have some dark chocolate, like extra dark chocolate, and sit and watch the rest of the sun is down. It's like golden hour, and it is stunning, stunning. How good is this little coffee setup? I can't wait to have this in the morning. I'm going to be up half the night after drinking this. It's crazy to think, like, I go up them. I camp up them. Now look at that for coffee with a view. This has been such a lovely little camp, and it's nearly time to say goodnight. I'm just going to wait until it gets a little bit darker. I hope you can hear me because these mics aren't working. See these? They're going in the bin because I can never get them to work. They either sound echoey, they sound shit, or it's just not connected. So yeah. She's pretty. See you in the morning. It is about 4 o'clock. All the little birds have had me awake from about 3. Can you hear them? Oh, that sounds so cute. But yeah, they've had me awake, singing their wee song. It's 5 a.m. I'm just about to pour my coffee. The sun is starting to rise. So I'm going to get my coffee. I have some Quaker's oats for breakfast. And then I'm going to watch the sunrise. And then get packed up. So I've started packing up wee bits and bobs. So yeah, let's get a coffee. Can't beat this. This is amazing. Like, firstly, I can't believe Farm Maple sent me something. But like, it's so good. I love my coffee. So that's the Durston with the inner tick out. So you can pitch both separately, both inner and outer. So the tent's a wee bit wet this morning with dew, so yeah, I have just took the inside out to pack separately. But like, that would be so good if you just needed to put up a wee shelter to cook or something. Like, yeah, cool. Look how gorgeous the Mournes look this morning. So that's me. I'm all packed up. No trace has been left. And I'm ready to hit the road. That was such a lovely, lovely camp. I look like I've been dragged through a bush though, so yeah, really, really loved this one. Absolutely gorgeous location. I actually liked it more than I thought I was gonna like. Yeah, I'll see you on the next one.